How Bashimi Hawashai, excuse me, Bashim Rakakwadash. I'm going to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bashimi Hawashai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick and transit through the spirit. Just kind of meditating on some things, man. Title: Anything can go down at any given moment. Stay circumspect. We just had a shooting, I believe, if it wasn't yesterday, of this Jake woman. Allegedly, she called somebody. I guess she thought somebody was breaking in a house or invading a house. And she called Esau, and basically Esau put one in her dome. Now, it's a lot of holes in that story, as I haven't really researched it as much. But it kind of reminded me of a George Floyd situation going back into 2020. And, you know, with the elections and the C-19 and all this other shit. Now, it looked like that everything is starting to repeat itself. So it could be a psyop. Who knows? Okay, because I don't really see how that was provoked for them to shoot that lady. That's if it wasn't scripted, you know. So keeping our eyes on that. But now you have protesters all in Springfield, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. You have protesters out there. And people are just getting ready to lose their damn minds, man. And then you got this demon, Kamala Harris, basically is the president now. We're running for president of the United States, in which a lot of black women is on board to get her in office, not knowing that this is going to be the downfall of Babylon the Great. Whether Trump gets in or whether Kamala gets in, at the end of the day, judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to go forth. All right, but now you're seeing that Esau Edom is getting ready to open back up on Jake. Okay, so you have to be circumspect, you know, because I saw a couple of videos. It was this one video I was watching maybe 3 days ago, and it was this lady. She could look like some stud chick. She just went by, and I think she had a few words for this lady, and she shot the baby in the leg. Shot a 2-year-old infant in the leg, man. Put him in the hospital. And I don't even think she was aiming at the leg. She just aimed to shoot at him, and basically she put the little Jake in the hospital, man. So what we're saying is that people was very unhinged. Okay, the juice is kicking in. You know, as we know that they gave people a 2 to 3 year span before that juice started to kick in. They're spraying these chemicals in the air. People are just on some bullshit, man. So with that being said, man, you know, just stand in the spirit. You know, don't be places that you don't have to be. Don't be around people you don't have to be. And ultimately, stand prayed up, fast, whatever you got to do. Because the scriptures say, in the last days, scoffers shall come walking after their own lusts, man. And the affection and love for one another shall go cold. So you got 2-year-old babies being shot. Okay, like how wicked is that? You see? So, hold up. So with that being said, man, you know, just we got to stay in the spirit, brothers. Because, I mean, it's getting ready to go down. You know, you had this incident with the Trump assassination attempt, which that's sloppy as hell, because you got 3 different stories coming out. Now they're talking about it was more than one shooter. It was 2 shooters, 3 shooters. And then allegedly Iran had an attempt on Trump's life. And allegedly this guy Biden, allegedly he died, but he's supposed to address the nation tonight that he's stepping down. And then one sentence, he's basically specifying that he's going to continue to run for president. But then you had Kamala. They got over $80 million in endorsements to run for president. And it was mainly a bunch of black women. Okay. And you got, I believe it was this guy, the governor or the senator of Ohio. Basically, he said, well, look, if Trump loses this election and if the Democrats win, he's calling for civil war. Okay. He said the only way they could take back their country is through civil war. And you better believe that Esau, he's with that shit. Okay. Because they don't want no nigga bitch in the White House, okay, which she's not even a nigga, okay. Kamala is a Elamite. She's of her father. Now her mother is a Benjamite, but our father is that of Elam or Elam, okay. So she's not our people, but you can't tell Jake that because Jake goes off a particular phenotype or what they look like. So you know, this is what we got to do. Nah, bruh. Be circumspect, okay, because now the tensions of people, the economy is collapsing. They're talking about the dollar may collapse before the election. Take your monies out the bank. And this is all these reports that we're hearing, you know. So it's getting ready to go down, man. All right, and if you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, then you're subjected to get caught, because Ephesians 5:15 tells us be circumspect, knowing the time, because the days are evil. Okay, and that word evil goes into a bad time. Evil means time, ill means ill dealings or bad. You know, everybody's juiced up. Motherfuckers ain't got no money. Evictions is at an all-time high. Mass killings, shootings. And on top of that, they're talking about another pandemic, which the elites mentioned a cyber pandemic. As we seen what happened Friday, when pretty much it was a global outage, okay, from some alleged update or some alleged bug that pretty much put the whole world that deals with Microsoft algorithms in hot water. And you still got them repairing systems to this day. You know, flights were shut down for some hours. Flights were delayed. And on top of that, you got inclement weather. So it's 2024 is looking to be a heavy year. Okay, this made 2020 look like child's play outside of the pandemic. You know, so through the spirit, I don't think it's hard to say if it's going to be another election. I don't know. It may be, it may not be, but I can believe that if it is an election, I sincerely believe this will be the last one. I don't see it going past this last one. I mean, and that's just my opinion. I speak as a man, you know, because they can very well put Kamala in there to try to upset the people, because what Esau is pushing for is a civil war. Okay, Esau is pushing for a civil war. Okay, he wants all hell, and he wants to purge like scenario in America, because he wants to be justified on bringing in draconian law. You know, they want to enact martial law in the streets of America, like out there in Bangladesh. Those people are out there protesting. Now the elites, they gave a shoot on sight order to anybody that's outside of curfew. So if you're not in the house by 9-10 o'clock, then hey, they got to shoot on sight. Same thing gonna be here in Babylon, because when they declare martial law in America, people ain't gonna comply with those mandates, because you got more guns than citizens. And one thing about Esau, he's not gonna give up his First Amendment rights, as we know that they have an attack on truth content. As I mentioned in my previous video, I believe this is the year to truth. Well, you know, we're in the era of truth. We're in an era of everything being revealed, because Yahweh Shai said everything that's done in the dark should come to the light. So everything that Esau was doing, hey, he's being caught red-handed. Okay, these pedos, these people that you put in office, you know, these presidents, these governors, they all have allegations against children, you know, and being caught red-handed, like the whole thing with the Epstein list. What happened with that? Why is anybody locked up from that shit? But yet you got men that blatantly sleep with kids and grape kids that's still running in government office, man. But Jake don't seem to think about that, you know, because one thing I notice about our people, they're quick to demonize and attack each other. But when it comes to Esau, Jake, they're quiet as a church mouse, man. You know, they always have that content. Oh, well, not every Edomite, not all white people are bad, but let one nigga get caught up, then everybody is to blame for it, man. You know, and that's our people, man, because they are in the spirit of Esau, you know. So, hey, we can't get caught up in his Comanches that this devil is playing, because he's getting ready to come down with great wrath, man. And that MOTB, that microchip, that's going to be the new ordeal, okay? They're talking about setting up a social credit score. I was watching Redacted, and basically Clayton Morris was going into how they want to set up a social credit score like they got in China, meaning that you ain't going to be able to buy certain things. Look at these idiots, man. You're not going to be able to buy certain things if you have an unreputable score, meaning if you have any particular offenses against you for speaking out against government officials, or if you have any unsavory marks on your report, then you're not going to be able to do certain things. You know, like they got something which is called carbon footprint. You use a certain amount of fuel a month, then basically you ran out your carbon points. You're not able to drive your car for the whole month, but you may need your vehicle to go to work, you know? So this is what we coming down to, man. They're going to lock everything back down, and they're going to blame us. They're going to blame so-called radical groups. They're going to blame biblical-based groups and say this is the reason why schools and shit like that is being shot up and all this other stuff. not knowing that they're the ones that's provoking the attacks, man. You know, like they said with the whole Trump thing, they said that was an inside job. You know, because who in their right mind, for real, honestly speaking, because Trump is saying all the right things for the wrong reasons. He's saying everything everybody wants to hear. He's talking about curing the inflation, which I don't know how he's going to do that. And we know that it's all lies and smoke and mirrors. We know that. We know that it's all lies and games and semantics at the end of the day. We know these things. We're well aware of that. But he's speaking what the American people want to hear. So who would really want to put him to death outside of his own cabinet? That's if that was a real attempt, because there's different speculations out there about that, you know. So yeah, man, it's sloppy as hell. But hey, as the scriptures say, their tongue should cleave upon that tongue on heads, man. It's the 64th chapter. Okay, they're exposing each other because this is how Yahweh has it. It tells us in Daniel, the 12th chapter, that at that time knowledge shall increase. People should run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. You know, so yeah, man, it's not looking too good for Esau Edom. You know, he's gonna come down on our people. All right, this is the book of Ephesians 5:15. It says, "See that then you walk circumspectly and not as fools but wise." Yeah, man. When you see all these protesters, because they gonna protest that black chick that got put to death in Illinois. You know, they gonna protest that. They already protesting it. So you don't want to be around shit like that, man. Same thing with the George Floyd ordeal. I made mention of it yesterday. They turned Kansas City up, man. I mean, it looked like a whole different world. I've never seen it like that. It went from just a regular day down in the plaza to literally like some purge shit. I mean, you had cops out there in riot gear. They was shooting all type of shit. People was literally just going batshit crazy because of this guy George Floyd, man. Which George Floyd was a straight demon. Okay, he was a nigga. The nigga wasn't right. But, you know, Jake, they don't know. Okay, because they're too involved in the dealings of Babylon, which is this witchcraft. And this is why the scriptures call this the land of the Chaldeans or the Chaldeans, because it's full of witchcraft. It's full of sorcery, you know, wickedness, lewdness, you know. Also, too, Black Lives Matter got back involved. And we already know Black Lives Matter, that's a Marxist organization, okay, which is forerunner by 3 lesbian bitches, 3 hateful black women that hate Jake men, which is organized by George Soros, okay, which in my opinion, I believe he's an Amalekite. But the so-called white man started the BLM, okay? That's not a black organization, though you got black women that sits at the head of the BLM. So when you see BLM, that's considered a radical movement, okay? And when you actually see the protests, you see more Edomites in that shit than Jake, because a lot of those BLM cats are paid agitators, man. Damn, hold on. These people driving like demons. That's what I'm saying. The juice, motherfuckers are stopping in the middle of the road. I'm like, speed limit is 70 miles an hour, and people were just driving crazy. So this is what I'm saying. They're not paying attention. They're not aware. Everybody's on their phones, and I mean, I'm on my phone too, but I'm looking at the road, you know, paying attention, you know. But people don't drive defensively anymore. They just drive for themselves, which is the reason why a lot of wrecks take place, you know. But it says here, redeeming the times because the days are evil. These are evil times, man. Okay. And like I said, if you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, then hey, you in the spirit of folly, you in the spirit of mirth, and you're not paying attention to the prophecies, man. Because what I'm realizing with these other Israelite groups as well is that a lot of these groups, man, they're being paid off to not speak on these things. Because ain't no way in hell that you got all this turmoil happening in the world. You got this, the brink of this country, or the survival of this country hangs in the balance of this new selection. I call it a selection because we know that presidents are selected, not elected, you know. Yet all this hangs in the battle of the balance of this society. And yet you got Jakes that still want to go march. Okay, you still got Jakes that want to deny what the true MOTB is. You got Jakes that want to teach false doctrine, and you got Jakes that's teaching their congregation not to call on the name of the Most High, which is Yahweh and his son and Yahweh Shai. You know, so Jake ain't in the right spirit. Same thing with a lot of these affiliate guys, man. Word came out that a lot of these affiliate guys, they ain't down for the cause. You know, they great millstone in name only and doctrine only. But when it comes to getting in order, these guys ain't trying to come under the order, man, because ultimately they don't want nobody scrutinizing them. Well, you know, I've been out there. You can't tell me nothing. I ain't part of your group. Well, nigga, you teach the doctrine. So technically you are part of it, whether you believe it or not. Okay, Yahweh Shah said it. He said, look, man, those that teach in my name, hey, forbade them not. You know, so y'all teaching in the name of the Lord, and that means y'all got to come under the order. Because if you teach the doctrine, then that means that you agree with the protocols that the apostles and the men on down established through the Spirit. So you have to agree with that, because that's part of the doctrine. Okay, the doctrine is bigger than just going out there, putting on a raggedy ass garment with the 12 tribes sign and teaching. No. Okay, it's bigger than that. Your conduct, your behaviors, you're willing to tap in, you're willing to do what's required of you, man. And a lot of you Israelites out there, you're not really down for the cause. You know, you claim, well, I want to be in Great Millstone, but when the order came out that you can actually be part of it, a lot of you basically shied away from that shit. Like, nah, I don't know about that. And that's fine. You don't have to be part of the Great Millstone. You could do your own thing, but I'll tell you this. Don't be asking us when all hell break loose. If you want some rebellious shit and all hell break loose, hey, nigga, you wanted to do it on your own. Don't try to tap in with us to see where we going. Because we understand the body is going to connect. When all hell break loose and we get the orders to not go out on the streets anymore, we going to get the orders. Y'all not going to get it because y'all ain't going to know. Y'all going to be left out there. Okay, because you don't know the hour, like the scriptures say, man. In Luke, it goes into you don't know what hour that the Son of Man cometh. Because you're not watching, you know. So you got to pay attention. Stay locked in. You know, stay in the spirit. Pray. Fast. Whatever you do. Brothers should be praying every single day. You know, it's not time to get lackadaisical. It's not time to be crying over some fucking bitches, some women. It's time to get up and do the work, man. Gird up. We at the end of this thing. You got, hey, they say when you run a race, this is how you know that a runner runs for longevity if he's really training and practicing. Because you just say if you're running a 10K or 5K, right? You may get tired, but it's something called a second wind. When you get a second wind, that gives you more sprout than the first time. Because now you're tapping into those reserves. And if you ain't got your second wind by now, then you might not be a man of the Lord. You know, you want to lead a camp because things ain't working out to your benefit. You might not be a man of the Lord, man. And I'm not saying that, you know, brothers that's not a part of GMS is not of the elect, because that's not what we're saying. But you can kind of tell guys are on some rebellious shit. And they don't want to really come under the order, which is fine. Because honestly speaking, me personally, I don't want to deal with niggas anyway. You know what I'm saying? Honestly speaking, like I got between 6 and maybe 7 men in my camp. 4 out there speaking right now, 2 being tried. 1 is getting ready to come back in, depending on how the spirit do it. But you know, and me personally, man, like I don't like dealing with a lot of niggas. Me, I'm zero tolerant for bullshit. If I smell that you on some nigga shit, you get the fuck from around me. And that's just what I am. If you in this Kansas City area and you been playing games, you ain't reached out to us, and you been knowing about this truth, don't reach out to us, man. Don't fucking come up to the camp. Don't reach out. Go do your own goddamn thing. Don't fucking come up to my camp, our camp. Because I'm going to straight up tell you, like, nah, bro, go kick rocks. Those of you that left and you think you're going to come back in the fold, hey, newsflash, go do your own thing. And I mean, that's the order here. I don't care if you don't like it. If you don't like it, oh well. Don't fucking come around us. And I'm standing on that through the spirit. All right. Anyway, Revelation 12:12, and it reads, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time, right? And we're seeing it. They're starting to protest up again. They're killing Jakes. They're shooting Jakes on sight. And we told you, man, once this Democratic Party becomes the assumption of power, things like this was going to start to happen. Now, since we're in the form of, since the elections are going down in what, November, that's if they have them, hey, things may start intensifying, man. They may start shooting Jakes down left and right, because I remember when I was on my way to work earlier and I was riding down this highway, I mean, cops had people pulled over left and right, you know, so they're out here and they're lurking. And it says, because he knoweth he had but a short time, right? This new world order. All right. Mark 4:22, it says, for there is nothing hid which should not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret that should come abroad, right? This truth, this wisdom, this understanding, the dealings of who Esau Edom is, And this is one reason why a lot of these agents are coming to camps like this guy, Vocab. He's been coming to the camps relentlessly harassing and antagonizing brothers. Why? Because he's an agent set up to do that shit. And he's not the only one. You got Israelites out here that's set up, that's agents. Okay, you got men that was part of the fold that's teaching that Gentiles can make it now, meaning heathens. You see? So yeah, we in some crazy times. Zay Israel, Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. The secret counsel of the wicked is talking about the elites. It says they search out iniquity, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. And that word heart goes into the Hebrew word mind. Okay? So, yep. So yeah, anyway, brothers, man, I ate the water for the comments. I got to go up in here. Got some work I got to do. But the Lord's will, this lesson was edifying, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakwadash. One last precept. 1 Thessalonians 5:2, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night, right? And things are picking up. Scriptures say peace and safety and sudden destruction, because now, since the whole attention span has been on this election, Donald Trump getting almost assassinated, Biden dropping out, notice that they're not really speaking on a war in the Middle East no more, man, because this is a distraction. Because they're getting ready to bring in a central, what do you call it? The CBDC systems, which is going to be spearheaded through the MOTB. Okay, your CBDC, which stands for Central Bank Digital Currencies, which is a digital currency, that's going to be embedded in that microchip. Okay, I like to think of the microchip as being a digital social security card with everything in it. You see? So, anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, your brothers and few sisters out there were edified into the next lesson. Shalom.